No, no! No! Are you listening?
Sean from Middle Grounded. We're going to be talking about the Nashville Maniac, aka Mr. Penis, aka the owner and proprietor of the trailer Failure, Lorne Armstrong. Before we begin, please like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. I know the mom video I put out was a little bit rambly, but I just think that he has some sick fascination with his mom every time I hear him talk about her. But we're going to talk about something I wish the catfish women would have done over and over, and the different variations they could have done it. Lorne can't speak without using fuck every couple of words. Fucking, you're over there fucking with this guy who's probably fucking in that same room with his fucking hand on your knee over and over again. He blames his brother for his use of the language. Well, my brother's the one that taught it to me, Uncle Clay. The bottom line is he will never take responsibility for anything. His language, it should have been put in check. It would have been the ultimate control for him. Every time he cursed, they hung up. And they didn't call him back. And they made him wait. So that when he would leave those voicemails where he's going psycho until he finally got to the point of, I don't understand what's going on. Please call me. Then you call him back. Because you know he's going to go, you tell me fucking go away. Click. And let's see how long it takes for him not to curse. Let's see. And let's see how long it lasts. It could probably only last, 2 weeks before he immediately went right. He got drunk and his paranoia and that bipolar paranoia kicked in and he would just go mental. That is the likely scenario. But what I really wish is when they started getting called cunthole, asshole, coke addict, slut, they would have just hung up. And they wouldn't have picked back up, and they wouldn't have called him back, because it makes him feel in control. It makes him feel powerful, and it makes him feel wanted. And we all know, if there's one thing we don't want Lorne to feel, it's wanted. We don't want him to be encouraged to think that he can treat women like this, and they're still going to come back. I think he treated his mom like this, and she still came back. And he feels that's what he can do to other women. But let me be honest with you, man. That Lorne, that guy, the one who's saying those things, the one who thinks he can get away with it, he's the dangerous one. He really is. Those things that just emerge from that mouth with tombstones for teeth, they should never be said to anyone. Think about when he was mad at Debbie. This woman he supposedly loves, and he thinks she's awesome and special. Yeah, Debbie's got me fucked up, that fucking cunt. Jesus Christ, man. I don't call enemies that. I don't call Karens in the store who are rude and terrible. I just don't use those words. But he does. And Lorne should have been hung up on many, many times. They should have made him wait. They shouldn't have called him back. He should have been blocked for 2 days. And when he goes ballistic again and starts accusing her of cheating, she hangs up, blocks him for another day. He calls back, accuses her of cheating. She hangs up, blocks him for another day. He would be sitting around his trailer trying to call over and over. And if he's blocked, he can't leave voicemails. I don't think, no matter what they did, it would sever Lorne's attachment to them. All of the things they've done to him in the past. I mean, look, he stayed with a robot voice who he's knowing the specifics of Jamie Amy was supposed to take it in the butt. I mean, this is Lorne, who doesn't like cheating at all, he says, but he's so desperate now. He's old and he knows he will never get laid. He'll never have a real woman. Because if he could, he would have already gone out. And that's the truth. Ramona put up with so much. And when she hung up on him once and she didn't call him back, Why didn't you call me back? Well, because you hung up on me, Lorne. I'm your boyfriend. You're supposed to call me back. See how much that infuriated him and it controlled him? They should have used that, because Lorne has no life outside of the phone. And you take that phone away and it becomes real to him. And he has to look at his own life. That would have accomplished two things. One, Lorne would have had to have assessed where he was. And two, he would have adjusted the way he spoke and his actions. His drinking was so out of control that Ramona cut him off for a week, if you remember. And then the minute she gets back on the phone with him, he goes crazy. It was about Texas girl, I think it was. He uses all of his time to accuse them of cheating, call them names, belittle them, abuse them, and then he calls the next day, I'm sorry, I was so confused, my head was messed up, that doctor, and too many excuses. There should be no more excuses. If they wanted to help, they could have done that. Now, I'm not going to say anything negative about them. They put up with so much. They really did. They brought Matilda in. Lorne's so stupid, he doesn't even realize caricatures or stereotypes when he sees them. Because in Lorne's world, and he has no idea how people are supposed to act or how they're supposed to talk. I think Lorne mentioned one time he had a black friend named Tyrone, which we know is not true. I don't think Lorne Armstrong's ever had a black friend. But I will say this. Had they hung up on him and had they taken away his phone privileges, I think we might have seen a completely different Lorne. I think we might be at the point where he's not screaming and yelling. Who am I kidding? It would last for 2 to 3 weeks. I remember one time with Ramona, it was like a couple weeks, and he thought he should have been given a medal. He should have been patted on the back for not calling her a cunt, a slut, a whore. But he'll never learn. I honestly believe he will never learn. And for the rest of his life, that is how he will treat women. And he will always blame it on someone else. And he told Ramona one time, I know it's a bit rambly, but I'm trying to make a point. He told Ramona one time, if you don't get that doctor, fine, you don't want the doctor out here, I'm just going to be more of an asshole. Jesus, man. He doesn't understand. He thinks the behavior is okay. And I'm sure he saw it with his mom and whatever boyfriends were temporarily with her while, Lorne was terrorizing them and trying to get them to leave, like Stan on American Dad, who had that fascination with his mom and all of her boyfriends would leave her after the third date. That's just my opinion. But I think the hang-up would have worked. Take away his phone time, and he's done. We saw it time and time again. Anyways, I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next one.